Yeah, Urhobo. You know, wow. This is my second video for the year. I had wanted to continue with Warri Township villages, but it's like the SAPELE case now is much more demanding. The SAPELE case is now an emergency, which we must all sit down to address. Urhobo I gono ne ari toshi wo gone agbarana Urhobo. The ITSEKIRI man is the only person that will tell you that we should use torch to look for a visible thing like this here in broad daylight. That it is not clear enough. ITSEKIRI people are still laying claim to SAPELE in 2025. Let me tell you one thing. The basis that judge used in deciding SAPELE land was not overlordship. The basis that the judge used in deciding SAPELE land follows the principle that were extracted later, almost 30 years later. The principle that were extracted from Idudu versus Okumaba case. I once told an ITSEKIRI lawyer, said, let two people go and litigate a land, and then somebody will now bring proof. He has possession, he has ownership of adjoining land, he has traditional history, he has a document, and he has act of ownership. Then you, the person will not cite Idudu versus Okumaba. Then you cite overlordship as the basis of you getting the land using Ometa versus Donuma, and see which court will grant victory. Now, I am speaking to Urhobo leaders of today. This is 2025, and a senior advocate, 2026, and a senior advocate of Nigeria and ITSEKIRI, Ama Etuwewe, is writing this, pretending as a senior advocate of Nigeria that he does not know the judicial cases that have been had in SAPELE. I will read it to your hearing. This complacency, this docility. How many senior advocates of Urhobo land will come out boldly to even write in paper to defend SAPELE? And they are my mother's people. We are related. We are highly married. We make the best wife to them. We don't want trouble. But ITSEKIRI senior advocate send this one to National Assembly. If Ayomano, Omare, Mariere, and Mukoromowo have been docile like you leaders of today, you people would have been tenants to the ITSEKIRI of SAPELE if you don't know. If you people want to elect leaders, now it's time for us to check people who have the history, who can represent us. Not people who will look at the body language of government or body language of ITSEKIRI people. For God's sake, what is wrong with you people? Look at what, look, let me read it for you. You know, some time ago, the Senator, Dafinone, and the House of Rep, they are all OKPE people. The Senator of Urhobo land, Dafinone, is an OKPE man. The House of Rep, Itina Bene, my very good friend, we've been together, is an OKPE man. They wrote a letter. They said they want the name of SAPELE local government to be changed to OKPE West local government, and OKPE to be changed to OKPE, and the one in Urhobo to be changed to OKPE East local government. What is wrong with that? The Oroje of OKPE is the gazetted king in the two local government. There is no provision in any law, whether state, whether federal government, that the Urhobo of Warri is a gazetted monarch in that place. Apart from that, the name SAPELE is of OKPE origin, Uriapele. SAPELE is not an English word. SAPELE does not have any link with Itsekiri. They didn't call the name, or do Itsekiri call water Urie? So, you are not saying that making it OKPE West is like trying to bring, as if OKPE only is the owner of the place. Is that not the truth? That the other ethnic, all other ethnic people in SAPELE are customary tenants. See, these people want to start. We will start it. If you want me, people, if you want me now, I have no document in SAPELE because I'm just playing with people about what. See that people have misled you people, you Shekiris. I said I have no document in SAPELE in Urhobo land. Then see, tomorrow, if you want us to start it, I will start with Obotie village, where they were given 6 months to evict their village by a Calabar High Court. Ubukurusu had a judgment against them in 1925 that they are customary tenants and they disobeyed the law of customary tenancy and they fight for official. That was why I told you, I said, if you know that Akbasa people are your customary tenants in Urhobo, fight for official. Your Olu tried it and they ran away. But Ubukurusu people fight for official against Obotie people, and it was granted, and they were given 6 months to evict that place in 1925. But then the security delegation led people, I have the judgment, let Beto Beko to Chifayo Mano to calm down, that the matter should not be like that, that they should allow them to stay, they will continue paying their tribute, and they let them leave. Now they are not claiming that Ugusuruku people are their customary tenants. I will read that judgment tomorrow and every other judgment. We are going to expose your person called Iyasere Egarambemi, who was a fugitive. He ran away from Itsekiri after committing an abomination against Olu. I don't want to say the abomination he committed. For now, you know, I'm somebody, I respect people. But he committed an abomination. He ran to a man and they settled him in Odi, where they harbored him for some time. They dug a cave around it. After some time, the Olu discovered was there. He ran away, left one of his slaves behind because he ran in the night. From there, he ran to where people road is now. And the people of Oto in SAPELE harbored him there for some time. From there, he ran to Ogareki, and they gave him a place there to stay. He ran to Otego. They gave him a place to stay. From there, he now ran to meet the Ologbo family in Koko before finally going to Benin Edo State. So, everywhere he ran to, and people that received him and camped him, he's not claiming that he's the owner of the place. Look, let me tell you, the Israelites were in Egypt for 400 years. While they were living, they passed through the Red Sea and entered Saudi Arabia today. They went to Mount Sinai, they went to Mount Horeb, they went to the wilderness of Zin, they went to the land of Moab. The Israelites will not be claiming that all the places they encamped as they were living in Egypt is not their property. As a fugitive running through a place, all the places you pass is not your own. You see, when even I will read it in Koko, the Iyasere family went to litigate against the Ologbo family, Nana family, about the ownership of Koko. The judge told them that no, you are a fugitive, you're only passing through. You can't claim it. So if that was the judgment that was arrived in Koko, and that was the same thing that was arrived in Obitubo and Otego, between the Ogarefe people and the Iyasere Egarambemi family, that they are is the same thing. You were passing through, you were fugitive. How do you not say the place is in 1956? I will show you that judgment. Then today now suddenly the Iyasere family is not claiming to be the owner of Otom. Because you are very proud. Since you became the place Otom in land, you now added Iyasere to it. So we have Otom Iyasere founded this place, and he said one of his descendants founded a Bigorodo. You should be ashamed of yourself. A senior advocate of Nigeria who should know the truth. Look at what he's saying. That what? We are the solicitors of the Ogotie community, Ajajigo community, Ogunaja community, Ajimekele community, Ugbegogo community, Uraba community, Utoyasere community, Eru, and the family of Ogorodi, all in SAPELE local government area, collectively referred to as our clients. So this is the reason you went to set up an Olaraja SAPELE. OKPE people, Kisnapederi and your gang that say OKPE is not Urhobo. I think you see the reason now. You have been walking the script of these people. That a senior advocate of Nigeria is trying to twist history. Look at it. SAPELE, which is part and parcel of SAPELE local government area, has been in existence since 1891. When the Shekiris received and started trading with the Portuguese. You see, now I say they are the people that received with the Portuguese in SAPELE, 1891. That was what the court found there. Consequent upon which the British government established the vice consulate at SAPELE. By the mid-19th century, SAPELE became trading center, usually visited by the European. In the early 19th century, people from various other ethnic nationalities, including the Urhobo, as well as people from surrounding towns and villages settled in SAPELE, which have become a fast-growing hub for economic activities. The OKPEs initially came from other satellite towns to trade with the Shekiris in Shekiri SAPELE township. In other words, the Shekiri people were there in SAPELE first before the OKPE, contrary to what the West African Court of Appeal found out. In the early 1900s, the OKPE migrated to OKPE from OKPE and has since remained therein. According to the Colonial Intelligence Report of LE Fellows on the OKPE Sobukland, the notable OKPE villages are remain Amukpe, Elume, Urhobo, and Bukurusu, which are all far away from SAPELE main town, attached therein and marked as Edison A. A certified copy of the said intelligence report of the archive. Thank God I have it. This is how you go do it. This is how you misled this man in what's his name? In Arise Television. Rufai. You gave him wrong suit number, quoted anything. He's not quoting things that are not even in the intelligence report. A senior advocate of Nigeria for that matter. Then, from inception, SAPELE has never been an open community, as it has been in existence since 15th century. And the only OKPE people came only to SAPELE from Urhobo in the early 1900s. The fact that SAPELE local government and the SAPELE main town have never belonged to the Urhobo people is supported by Annexure A, paragraph page 14, paragraph 23 to 25, as well as the OKPE report. Where this one is trash, meant for the dustbin. I want all the Urhobo people to rise up. Those of you fraternizing with the Shekiri people, look at what their senior advocate is writing to the National Assembly. You see the reason why they are afraid of name changing. They know the power of name changing. And that is why I said when you share the same name with the Shekiris, they used to harm you. And that is why I will tell you people, SAPELE OKPE community, change your name to Uriapele community. Then you change the name to either Uriapele local government or the OKPE West local government. If you cannot do such a simple thing, I am afraid for you. If you know you are the UPU president, you don't want to behave like Urhobo, you will be telling us we are married. They do not hate us as we think. Does this letter contain love? Mr. President, does this letter contain love? If you know you are just there to enrich yourself, sit down. Urhobo is in need of salvation. And Olaraja has been crowned in SAPELE with this kind of letter backing it to the National Assembly. Please, Urhobo people, use your sense. Urhobo wado.